So in today's video, I just wanted to do a synopsis of why I think Jimmy Butler is everything wrong with today's NBA. Maybe even look back at some players that kind of back this point up because honestly, dude, I'm sick and tired of Jimmy Butler and his entitled bullshit that he's been doing. And I'm sorry for the cussing, but I'm very frustrated with Jimmy Butler right now because I just don't understand this. Making 48 plus million this year and 52 plus million next year off your player options, so you choose to take it, and you're acting like an entitled brat because you want to have a supermax. Now, look, before the comment section goes sicko mode on me and tells me, oh, Pat Riley missed this and Pat Riley missed that, I know, okay? I know Pat Riley missed getting Dame. I know he tried to get Dame, it wasn't a good enough package, and then he went to Milwaukee. I know the whole situation, okay? I get that stuff. But let's be real. Not every move has been 100% Pat Riley. The Kyle Lowry move was 100% Jimmy Butler. He told Pat Riley to pick Kyle Lowry. He told him. He told him to go get him. So whenever you think about it that way and you look at some of the bad moves we've made, some of them are moves that Jimmy Butler wanted. But yet now that the team is, I guess, not where he wants it to be or not to his standard or whatever, now it's a problem. No, the problem is the fact that Jimmy Butler doesn't have a supermax. The problem is the fact that Jimmy Butler thinks he's underpaid and underdelivered. That's the problem. And that's not true. When you look at Jimmy Butler's numbers, 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists about on average. You know, there's like 4.8, 4.7 stuff here, but I'm just going to go ahead and say 17, 5, and 5 because close enough. That's his numbers. That's not good enough for a supermax. There are players on supermaxes that you have to get over 22 points a game generally to have a supermax. You have to have over 5 rebounds to get a supermax, and you have to have a bunch of assists at Jimmy Butler's position in the way that Jimmy Butler plays to get a supermax. You just have to. You have to be a high level, high caliber, one of the best players on the floor every single night level player. And Jimmy Butler at this point in his career is just not that. He does not deserve a supermax. But what I will say is this. What I will say is this. This is absolutely ridiculous behavior from Jimmy Butler. Sabotaging the team from within, going inside the locker room, telling your team that they're soft and they're trash and they suck. So every time you're even in the locker room, not even playing in the game, you're just there. You're just present. This team plays worse. You see it. Look at the Orlando game that we just had. That was the best game the Heat have played all year in terms of offensive and defensive cohesion. Okay? In terms of those two things, that game was the best game they've played all season. Not even close. Whenever it comes to that, guess who wasn't there? Jimmy Butler was not in the room. He was not on the plane. He was nowhere to be seen. And the Miami Heat played like a cohesive, awesome unit with still some blemishes and mistakes. Sure, you know, the team's young. That's going to happen. But they played great. But why is Jimmy Butler everything that's wrong with the modern NBA? Entitlement, ego, greed. These are the three things that I hold against him. Entitlement, because he thinks he's the best in the world when he's not. He's not even close, I'm going to be real. Greed, because apparently $50 million is not enough to make you want to go try on the basketball court. It needs to be 60 or you don't care. So greed. And then just everything else is just horrible with Jimmy Butler. He's a horrible mentality. He's not that Heat culture we thought that he was, where he comes in, he plays hard, he's aggressive, he's gritty. He's not that guy. We thought he was. He's not that guy. He's not that guy at all. And that, my friends, is my problem with Jimmy Butler. Is the fact that he gave us a facade that he was this big, tough guy who, no matter what, was going to put it all on the line for the Heat. Even in 2023, where you had that massive, amazing playoff run, we felt that, man. We felt the Heat culture. We felt the whole entire team just gelling together. It was beautiful. But it was also fake. It was fake from Jimmy. He was only doing that because he thought he could get a supermax. He wasn't doing that because he cared about Miami. He wasn't doing that because he said, yeah, 48 million, that's good enough for me, man. No. He was only doing that because he wanted more money and to give the Heat more problems. That's it. That is it. Even the playoff run, which by the way ended horribly, we got absolutely dominated by Denver in the finals. But even that couldn't have ended any worse. And that's what I'm sick and tired of with Jimmy Butler. is he's exposed for being a weak-willed man who, if he doesn't get everything he wants in terms of his entitlement that I just brought up, he doesn't do his work. And I know a lot of people are not going to want to hear this, and they're probably disliking the video right now as we speak because I just said that. But the truth is there. What Charles Barkley and Kenny the Jet Smith said about Jimmy Butler to Shaq's face is 100% factual.
I just think in this situation, it's more about human nature. I know exactly how Jimmy feels. I've been in situations many times. All that I've done for you, and you don't want to give me what I want, so human nature kicks in.
Well, I gave you what you want because you signed a deal that goes on to next year.
But hold on. I want an extension, and Charles is going to say you don't pay.
You want more.
That's what I'm saying. So the part I hate about this business of basketball thing, it always has to be somebody's fault. I think it's more human nature. All I've done for you guys, you don't want to give me an extension. So now human nature kicks in. You don't want me, I don't want you. So I don't like.
You still have to be professional.
But I don't like it's his fault and he's unprofessional. He's doing that. Human nature kicks in. You guys don't want me.
If you sign a deal. First of all, hold on. Go ahead, Kenny. Go ahead. If you sign a deal that has an extension
I want
to
an
next
extension.
year, you're not getting one. So you're saying you want more. You're not getting one. It's not saying that you want more. You're not getting one. It's not like you want more.
So human nature kicker. You don't want me, I don't want to be here.
You want this year, next year,
we should just leave it at that. Not it's Jimmy's fault. It's Pat's fault.
No.
It's basketball.
But Pat Riley ain't going to just give him away.
That's fine. But
Jimmy Butler's a really good player.
I'm saying people that don't understand it, this is the
business. We understand it very well.
Yeah, we understand. This is the business.
The public understands. Shaq. No, they have paid. Jimmy Butler makes $50 million a year.
You want more? So what?
He ain't getting more.
Okay, so guess what? You don't want me. I don't want to be here.
Okay, well then, but you can't just not show up to work.
Why not?
Because you took the other two. You took the 50 for this year and next year.
Okay.
So you're saying you took those two, but you not because you don't get two more.
Doesn't matter.
You could ask for a trade, but you gotta show up.
Human nature. You don't want me. I don't want to be here.
You don't feel a responsibility when you are under contract for this season to play this season.
And next year.
I do. But I'm not going to go all out. I was ready to say the other way. I'm not going to go outplay, but I'm not going to go out, especially like.
You're not going to play hard?
No, listen, I didn't say hard. I didn't say hard. I said I'm not going to go all out, especially if we're not going to win.
You don't feel no obligation?
Because you know what? At 35, what if I tear a knee and get hurt?
You still going to make $50 million? You got $50 million coming.
Bro, I want more, man. You keep talking about 2 years. What about year 3, 4, 5, and 6? I want more.
Because if you were that good at that time, your extension would have been longer.
No.
You signed a deal that you thought was great at the time.
He's old.
Michael Jordan, let me give you this example. Michael Jordan played for $2.3 million.
I understand.
Like when he was there, and then said, I signed the contract, I'm going to play. Period.
That's what the
Now, I could ask for more. And he never did. But Jimmy could ask for more, but he still has an obligation to show up.
Did Michael Jordan end up leaving?
He has the obligation to show up. He retired.
Business of basketball. He came back and played for Washington.
Yeah, he did.
But also the business of basketball, go all out.
Listen,
come on, go all out. You owe that. You owe that to your teammates. You owe that to the fans. You owe that to the franchise.
No.
You owe it to yourself.
No, you owe it to your teammates more.
That's what I said.
You can get mad at the Miami Heat organization, but the fans of Miami and those guys in that locker room, they ain't got nothing to do with you wanting a contract extension.
Okay, Ernie, to your point, how come people don't play hard in the All-Star? How come players don't go?
I wish we all had an answer to that.
But they don't go.
There's no consequences for losing an All-Star game.
No, they don't go all out.
There's consequences. They're not on the contract in All-Star game.
There's one reason they don't go all out in All-Star game, because they don't want to get hurt. So again, if I'm not winning the championship at 35, right?
He's making $50 million a year.
Listen to what I'm saying. It might be another team that gives him an extension.
Can I ask you a question then?
So
Wembanyama should say, I'm young. I could get hurt. We're not in the playoffs. I should just chill out a little bit.
Nice analogy, but it doesn't match.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I'm young. I'm not getting hurt and messing up my years. You act like Jimmy's playing for free.
Bro, y'all keep talking about 1 and 2. What about 3, 4, 5, 6?
That ain't that. Listen, he's on the contract for 2 more years.
But hold on.
Listen, the Warriors. So you think the Warriors, who made it to like, listen, Clay, we love you. We won you 4 championships, but you're past your prime.
Okay,
we're not gonna give you a max
Clay's not even the same because he was a free agent.
No, but they offered him a deal. They didn't
this dude's not a free agent.
I understand that, Kenny, but Shaq, they don't want to pay him because he's older and declined.
And human nature is kicking. Y'all don't want me. I don't want to be here.
Okay. I just say that he should show up. He could ask for more. Listen, you show up and you show up for your teammates.
We're about to do our third lap saying the same thing, so let's take a break.
It's everything they said is accurate. I mean, seriously, think about it. They said you're not going to go out there and play when you're making 50 plus million. Like, you don't think Charles would have loved to have made that much money in a season? I mean, holy crap, he probably made half of that, if not less than half of that, if I'm being honest, back when he played. And he still went out there and he played hard. Way harder than Jimmy ever did. I can tell you that right now. The problem is people got nostalgia glasses for Jimmy Butler, where they put him on and they see that 2023 playoff run and they think that's Jimmy Butler. It's not. He hasn't been that guy in 2 years. He wasn't that good last year either. He was okay last year. You started to see the decline last year. But the decline went from slight to like a straight down Tower of Terror nosedive real quick this season. You can just see it. It's embarrassing, honestly, if you're a Heat fan. But his entitlement has just killed this locker room morale. And when he's not there, I mean, dude, Bam was like tapping up Khalil when he was making big plays, and Tyler Hero was dropping threes like nuclear missiles. Like, it was beautiful to see this team gel and do everything that you've been wanting to see from them for years. But the only catalyst is the fact that 22 was not in the building these last 2 games. And these last 2 games were some of the best the Heat have played. Especially the Magic game. I don't care what anybody says. That Magic game was the best the Heat have looked all season. And the catalyst again was the fact that Jimmy entitled Butler was not there. And that is the thing that I want to keep on bringing up. Bam plays better. Hero plays better. Duncan plays better. And Khalil played better. And Jovic plays better when Jimmy Butler's not in the building and not around. I mean, Jovic couldn't buy a 3 when Jimmy Butler was out there. He couldn't buy one. Jimmy Butler leaves, Jovic is hitting like every single 3 he shoots. He can't miss. I mean, come on. It's so obvious. It is so obvious what the problem with this team is. It is so obvious. Trade him. Now, I want to get into some trade destinations and stuff like that real quick that I wanted to talk about, because the number one for me is Sacramento, man. I mean, this just opened up today. The Sacramento Kings are willing to trade De'Aaron Fox. Trade Jimmy Butler to the Kings right now. Get this man. Get this man. Even if they have to add some no-name player that'll never play a single minute of basketball to this to make it work salary-wise, I don't care. Get this man in the building, and then Tyler Hero can play shooting guard, De'Aaron Fox at point guard. Oh my God, that'd be the best backcourt in the NBA. I don't even know if it's close. I think that would be the best backcourt in the whole entire NBA. Maybe the Cavaliers can go against it with Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, but that is the only one I can think of that would even be remotely close to De'Aaron Fox and Tyler Hero, bro. Make that happen. Go do that right now, Miami. That is something that the Heat have been needing forever as a point guard, so I want the Sacramento trade so bad. But the next destination would be, so I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think about the whole Jimmy Butler situation? Do you think it's as ridiculous as I do? And are you on my side that Jimmy Butler's a little bit entitled and maybe taking things a bit too far? Because honestly, let's be real, Pat Riley's not going to cave. So why is he not trying to up his trade stock so it's easier to trade him? Because all he's done is made his trade stock go into the floor and made it so difficult to trade this guy to a point where you may not even be able to just straight up trade Jimmy Butler for De'Aaron Fox. You might have to throw some other things in there to sweeten the pot. So Jimmy Butler has tanked his value because of that. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Do you want De'Aaron Fox too? Tell me that down below in the comments. I'll be very interested to hear that. Be sure to like the video while you're down there. And most importantly, hit the subscribe button, because we are on the road to 500 subs by May, and we would love to get there. We are at 105 currently, so if you guys could start pounding that like button, it would help us a shit ton, and we'll be forever grateful to you guys. So if you want more awesome content for sports, this is your spot. Hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
It's good with 0.5 of a second left. Hero shoots the Heat back into the lead. Now trailing 89-88.
Just got a little bit of separation.